Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am 29 months post VSG, that's vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which is a weight loss surgery that I had on October 20th, 2016 in Morristown, New Jersey at Morristown Medical Center. My high weight starting weight day of surgery was 265. I'm 5'8". I am 32 years old now. Last month I came to you, I believe I was 189. Today I am 191. Last month, I also talked to you about my project minimalism. So I want to give you an update on that and how it's going. Spoiler alert, I love it. It's going great. I feel so good. But let me tell you what happened during the month. So the week after I talked to you guys, I went to California. Maybe you saw my video about being a guest speaker at the Grassroots event. I left on a Friday, came back on a Sunday, literally less than 3 days. I went from 189, I came back at 196.7. That's 7.2 pounds that I gained in less than 3 days. Obviously, it was water retention, bloating. I was on my period, long flights. It was just a combination of things. And 2 days later, I was back down 5 of those 7 pounds. Since then, for the next 3 weeks or whatever it's been, I've been up and down those 2-3 pounds. I don't know. I'm honestly not worried about it, so I've been between 190, 192-ish. I'm really not worried about it because I'm doing everything right, and I feel like my body is just adjusting to this new normal. The biggest difference for me is that I've started exercising a lot more. And you guys know I love working out. I love going to the gym. This has always been my life. Even when I was big, even when I was heavy, even when I was a kid, I've just always been an active gym person. But over the last couple months, ever since I finished my Ironman at the end of September, I've struggled to find a groove of what exercise to do that I really enjoy, other than my step classes, which only happen on Saturdays and Sundays. So since my Ironman, I had basically just kind of been going to the gym, doing my own thing, some Stairmaster here and there, some weightlifting here and there, sometimes on the bike, the stationary bike, but I hadn't really found my groove, And when I talked to you guys last month, I said that was one of the primary things I was going to resolve to do was to find a new routine, and I have gotten it. I have remembered what I always have known is that I love exercise classes, and I can't emphasize this enough. You guys, if you don't know what to do in the gym, you feel like you're a newbie, you feel like you're kind of intimidated, you have no idea, or you're just uninspired, unmotivated to work out on your own, try a group fitness class. They are so much fun. Try a different one until you find one that you like. They're so good for so many reasons. 1, somebody else plans the workout, you don't have to. 2, that person is a certified professional. So they have planned that workout in a way that it is balanced and good for your body. They probably have a warm up and a cool down and a climax of the routine. 3, because that person is a professional, they're watching your form and making sure that you're doing everything correctly. And 4, just I find that the group energy just makes the time go by so much more quickly. It's a lot of fun. Regardless of what class you're trying, I think they're always fun. Of course, there are some classes I don't enjoy as much. For example, I've tried kickboxing a few times. I really don't like it. I've tried Zumba a few times. Not my thing. I love spin classes. I love body pump. I love step classes, which I've talked about before. And I'm always willing to try new things. So what I did was, I'm actually a member at a bunch of gyms for various reasons, but I looked at all of my gym schedules. And right now, since I'm in this new job, honestly, I can't commit to gym time during the day because I'm just so busy at work. But I made a schedule for myself of all the time after work and the classes that line up with that. So Mondays and Fridays I'm taking off. Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm doing body pump. Wednesdays is spin class. And then Saturday and Sundays is step. So 3 days of cardio, 2 days of weightlifting. I feel so good. I've been on point. I've been going every day. I had forgotten, not really, but until you remember again, do you really remember how much you love a thing that you love that you've left when you come back to it? It's just, I have been feeling so good. I had forgotten how much I love body pump. It's kind of a group weightlifting class if you've never been. I actually did a intro to body pump class video a couple months back, which I will link below if you're interested. But it's weightlifting, but in a group setting. So like I said, all of those safety precautions, somebody else is taking care of them, and it goes by so quickly. I love it. So I've been having a lot of fun. And this is what I mean about my body composition changing. I think that the reason I'm kind of stalled or plateaued at this weight is because I can feel I'm putting muscle back on. I can feel that my body is changing. So you know what I decided to do? fortunately, I've had this channel for almost 3 years. I've been documenting basically every single week for almost 3 years. And I went back and looked at the first time I hit 190. So it was actually on April 20th, 2017. I was 6 months post-op. And you know that meme that goes around that says, like, I wish I was as fat as the first time I thought I was fat? I remember the first time I hit 190, I was 75 pounds down, which I am now. And I was so freaking happy. I was ecstatic. Like, it was a joyous occasion. I remember actually telling my coworkers, I'm 75 pounds down today. And I never, ever talk about my weight loss at work. I was just overjoyed. So, like, I should be equally overjoyed now because 75 pounds down is a lot. And I have my whole life ahead of me to continue working to get back to my goal weight. So then I went back and looked at that video, and I went back and looked at my progress pictures. And I was like, I wonder if my body is different. Now, you know, I haven't done progress pictures in a while because I've been kind of bouncing around the same weights for like a year at this point. And so I haven't really thought that it would be important. So I decided to set up the camera, take some body shots, and look at this, you guys. So this is my weight today at 190. This is my weight at 6 months post-op at 189. And of course, this is where I started at 265. But like here in these two pictures, I weigh the same and my body looks so different. And just honestly seeing those pictures for me, it really, really validated what I had been suspecting. Like I said, I've been sore. I feel so strong and so energized. I just wake up like excited to go to the gym again. And I know that those changes are happening in my body. So what I encourage you to do, that I'm doing for myself as well, is to continue thinking long-term, right? So this might seem gimmicky or whatever, but write down where you think you'll be in 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. Not like physically where you'll be, but what you want to be able to do, right? I want to be able to do headstands. I might want to be a yoga teacher. I want to do more triathlons. You know, I want to be the kind of person who does not stress eat. You know, write it down, stick it on the fridge. Every time you approach that refrigerator, you are like physically confronted with that long-term mindset versus your short-term gains. Not gains, satisfaction, I guess. And this is what I talked about last time, and I've remembered it over and over again this month, that I am doing this because I am adding to my life. I am gaining goodness. I feel liberated. I can eat whatever I want. I can choose to eat whatever I want. I am actively making choices to not eat certain things because I am adding years to my life. And that is just a really freeing mindset. As opposed to thinking like, oh, I can't have that. I can't have that. You know, thinking about how I'm getting the things that I want to have in my life. So, you know, my mantra this month has been, it's not about what you're giving up. It's about what you're gaining. And that has been feeling really good. Also, you know, things have been stressful at work, and it's just, sometimes you just have this like habit, this impulse, and you're honestly like not even thinking. So sometimes if I feel like this really strong craving for something, what I do is I force myself to wait. And I feel like I talked about this 2 years ago, and it's a good reminder for myself and maybe for you as well, that if there's something you really, really want, say, I'll have that in an hour, or I'll have that tomorrow, or I'll have that after I finish this 24-ounce bottle of water. If you really want it after you drank all that water, have it. It's your choice. You can have it if you want to. If you really want it the next day, okay. You know, but I find that really, really helps fight that urge, fight that impulse, that kind of waiting period. So the other mantra is that you have the willpower to wait. You absolutely do. Not to give something up forever, not to say no to something forever, but just to wait. And I feel like that has been so, so helpful as a reminder to myself personally, and maybe as a reminder to you. So with that, you know, just a quick check-in. I just wanted to say hi, tell you guys that it's been a good month. I have a lot of things coming up. Next week, I'm going to New Orleans. I'm hosting a meetup, which I posted about on Instagram, link below if you're in the area. After that, I'm visiting a friend in Phoenix. You remember that wedding I stood in almost 2 years ago? Yeah. 2 years ago? No, last year. That wedding I stood in last year. That friend, I'm going to visit him again. And then after that, I'm going to a work training for like a week, and then I'm back home. So the next 3 weeks are going to be kind of a whirlwind. My goal is to obviously continue eating well, continue eating simply. As I talked about last month, I have cut out a lot of the fun, snacky kind of stuff that I just love to enjoy. I have done a little bit of low-carb baking for myself just to kind of scratch that itch, but I've cut out bars for the time being, low-carb chocolates and things like that, just because honestly, just eating meat. I'm not necessarily doing meat and bricks or egg fast or whatever, but primarily meat, primarily eggs, a little bit of dairy, some fat. I've been feeling so good, so energized. So I hope you guys are all doing well as well, and I will talk to you soon.